Road made this.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What's popping, guys? Welcome to both ZeerTalks and Footbal Rig, and welcome to the 12th episode of Top BINS Ya AKHI. We are here, and we are here to be chatting ball in general, Champions League, Premier League, whatever it is that we need to talk about this week. And I guess Sami here. What are you saying, man?
Big up, Zeer. Big up to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button, subscribe, guys, for the both channels. Man, yes, it's been a massive week with the league and the Champions League. You know, next we're gonna have the league, and then we're gonna have a very long weekend. So, I mean, I consider it as a weekend because there's no leagues or anything. It's gonna be the international break. So let's just enjoy it, man. Let's enjoy it while we can.
Yeah. Speaking of international break, there is no Saudi football because of the Mantakhab. Obviously, they have two big games against Indonesia and Iraq to qualify. So yeah, but there are European football to talk about. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually want to begin with the big one. Yeah, the big game. I don't know if you watched it, yeah, Sheikh Sami. But Barcelona and PSG. Now,
Well, yeah. Tell me about it.
yeah. Now, obviously, Paris, they didn't even play with their starting 11 like that they should have, because obviously they had injuries. They had Doué injured, Dembele injured, Kvaratskhelia injured, and I believe they had another guy injured. I don't remember who was. So yeah, they ended up playing with Mbaye, I believe his name is Mayulu, and Barcola up top.
Okay.
Now, despite all that, they somehow beat Barcelona 2-1 at their own ground. Now, it's not really their ground. They're playing in some ground in Barcelona. I think it's called John Wick. I don't even know the name, Sarah. I'm not going to act like I really know the name. But yeah, what's your thoughts, man? If you've seen the game, or which I'm sure.
Honestly, I've watched only the replay because at the same time Arsenal were playing, so I saw you had to watch along. So for me, I was watching Arsenal at that moment, and but Hannah was keeping me updated with the game, and it seemed like a dead game. I mean, from what Hannah was telling me. So
Oh yeah, it was. Oh, it was. Yeah.
for a long portion of time, it was a dead game. From what I heard of Hannah and everything. But overall, it is quite early to judge, the teams, especially, PSG. Last season in the league phase, they didn't really do well. But when it came to the knockout stages, they really picked up form and they raising up the levels. So I think in a similar manner, I'm not gonna judge those, performances as things stand. But it was early. It's like when you say an early final, those games are one of them. PSG and Barca, they're one of the elite teams in Europe. But when it comes to the tactical breakdown of the game, I'm gonna leave the floor for you because I honestly didn't watch like the whole game. I only watched the goals and everything. So
Yeah. But before I give my thoughts, quickly, because I think I forgot to mention it. But guys, what are you doing? Slap the likes. Yeah, subscribe to both channels. That's very important for algorithm reasons. I need you to also subscribe, get me, press alarm bells, go check socials, and inshallah you're well wherever you are, man. Come on, man. Let's get the conversion rate going, man. We are moving. We're moving like words. We're moving like flowing verse right now.
yes.
Like, come on now. Get the conversion rate up. Actually show that you can perform on the pitch, or actually in this case, on the chat. You know what I mean? Just like he should be on the pitch. He isn't. You know what I mean? Come on, man. What are we doing here? So yeah, but listen, speaking of performance on the pitch, Barcelona and PSG, I thought first half Barcelona kind of had PSG where they wanted him,
Okay.
especially Lamine Yamal himself.
I heard that he cooked Nuno Mendes.
In the first half only. I'm not even gonna lie. Second half, Nuno Mendes found him
Okay.
out. Um, and I actually think he found him out actually towards even the end of the first half, believe it or not. Like he and
Really?
Koundé were struggling. Yeah, man, they were struggling. Um, Now here's the thing for me. Second half, uh, you can tell Barcelona were out of it compared to PSG. And you listen, you know me, Sami. I'm a Hansi Flick guy because Bayern Munich, whatever, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, I know that.
if I'm being objective, um, this guy's tactic, and listen, it may have worked with Barcelona like for the most part last season, just like it did with us when we won 6-2, right? But here's
Mhm.
the problem: the second half of the season, you eventually get found out here, bro. You know, if you see that goal that was scored in the second half, oh my, أعوذ بالله, man. Ramos had all the space in the world, bro. Har, in front of goal, خلاص. Game, set, match. That's what it was. You know what I mean? And another mistake he made as well. Listen, people will say he was worn out, this, yada, 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 but he's one of your better players. And it showed when he went off. Pedri, the substitution of Pedri, wallahi, Vitinha, I swear to you, ya Sami, Qsim billah, Rabb al-Ka'b al-Sharifa. This guy wasn't playing as good, okay, until
Okay.
Pedri went off. The moment Pedri went off, خلاص, he has all the space in the world to do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? And it's like these little things are like it's a funny thing that we say in fine margins, you know, between winning and losing a game. Like I don't know, that's just the way I saw it, man. But generally speaking, like, and here's another thing. I've been following up on some Barca fans, um, and what their thoughts are about this, and they brought a good point as well. The
Okay.
mentality when it comes to like the biggest of games. Like they brought up, like for example, when they choked against Roma. They brought up
Mhm.
when they choked against Liverpool, and when they got destroyed by us, and all these other defeats that they've had in Europe. Like forget the form in La Liga and in like some Champions League match. I'm talking about like the biggest of Champions League games. You know, like really when it matters most. Those ones, they're like feeling, and I actually agree with them. They have like a mental block. I don't know
Right.
what it like, especially in that first goal Mayulu scored. I don't know what Kobarski's doing, bro. This Kobarski guy slipped and all of a sudden he's through in front of goal. You know, it's just I don't know. And then people will say, "Oh, well, Ferran Torres, even though he scored, but realistically speaking, he should have been bit, you know, more what you call it, selfless, let's say." But if you deep
Mm.
it, like I actually don't really blame Ferran Torres as much as a lot of people would do. Because again, I appreciate bravery, Salah. I really do. Um
Okay.
Obviously when you don't, score, because by the way, his that shot I'm referring to is the one that Zibarni, I'm sure you know him, he was a Bournemouth, made the block
Yeah.
for the shot, like off the line. Like when that obviously when you don't score, you're gonna get penalized to it. And I understand this as like, somebody that supports a club that wants to win, they have the same mentality. I get it. It's just at the same time, bro, I appreciate bravery. You know what I mean? So I can't really have a go too much at Torres. By the way, you're gonna be shocked. Rashford was actually one of their better players.
Aside of that, I'm checking now the stats, and I only
Go ahead.
watched, as I said, I watched the highlights. It looked to a certain degree an even game. Even the stats shows it. Like 54% is not much really compared to 46 for Barca. The shots on target, PSG actually were more dangerous, and I see them. They hit the bar a couple of times. So
Yeah, yeah.
really,
Can Lee,
PSG,
yeah, can Lee
yeah,
hit the post.
yeah, PSG seems to dominate them more, but when it comes to the passes, for instance, 422 for Barca and 471. So it tells me a story that kind of the midfield is a bit even, and when you take off Pedri, who's one of the, like Ash used to say, one of the Ballon d'Or contenders. Obviously,
Which
you're
I
going to see a
agree with,
drop.
by the way. But
Yeah,
if it's
it's a huge drop off when it comes to the levels of your midfield compared to PSG. So I don't know why Hansi Flick took him off. As I said, I didn't watch the game. So what was the minute when he took him off?
he took him around the 80th minute. This is like before the second goal, around
Was there
like
like an injury or
so
something?
basically
Or
so the second goal was around, if I'm not mistaken, 90th minute.
yeah, it was a last minute goal. Yeah, but why did he take off Pedri? Was there like an injury or something, or
I think
who
the
came in?
fatigue.
Let me see.
Fatigue is what it looked like.
That's a lot of horseshit. What do you mean fatigue, man? That's when they played. Let's see. Okay,
Bro, but again, that's my point. Your best players, that's what, like, they're supposed to be going through it. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
Like
mean
if
they're
if
supposed to
you tell
play
me
90 minutes.
injury this, I kind of will hear you more. But or I'll hear them more because obviously they're the ones. You know what I mean?
No, you
But
don't. You don't take your best player out just because of.
regardless, لا أنا معاك. أتفق
I mean,
معاك.
man, it doesn't work like that. Honestly speaking, especially Pedri. I mean, you lost the mid, and if you lose the mid, then you're completely gonna be annihilated against PSG because at the end of the day, Luis Enrique is and yeah, used to be a La Masia guy. He came from Barcelona, so he understands how Barcelona plays, and he knows how to negate them and mitigate their danger. And when you're taking your best players out, you better have a good reason. I thought it was like an injury or something, but even the fatigue thing, I don't know. Maybe Pedri complained to the coach saying that he's feeling something. I have no idea, but I think that was main cause why they lost in the last minute. Up until that moment, I can see the stats that it was an even game. You know.
Yeah, it was pretty. Like I said to you, Sammy. First half, Barcelona actually were giving PSG a run for their money. You know,
Okay.
the
Hmm.
second half is where PSG. And by the way, we have to give a lot of credit. Mendes and Hakimi, oh yes, salam. The way they actually were helping the PSG attackers attack, crazy work, bro. Crazy work, man. Like they were basically doing double duty because of how limited they were going forward. You know what I mean? And they still somehow to get a W over there. Nah, man, credit where it's due. You know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, but still, I mean, it's too early really to judge, and it was a very close. It's not like they battered them 4-1 or something. It's just a 2-1
Yeah,
at
but
the end of
it's
the
the
day.
Bastami here performance. The second half performance is what really was a bad look for Barca. صراحة.
Will you be worried
That's
if you're a Barca? If you are a Barca fan, would you really be concerned that much?
okay. I wouldn't be concerned in a sense that we can go far in the competition. I
Hmm.
would be more concerned in a sense, like let's say this is Bayern in Barca's position. I would be concerned in a sense that when we get there, we fumble.
Okay, I see your point. I see your point.
If that, because by the way, this is, remember, heading into this game, this was the game everyone wanted to see. This was the game people were like, "What if this was the final of the Champions League?"
It
Mind
didn't
you,
really live up to the expectation.
well, yeah, but mind you, they were missing, yeah, part of it because again they missed the Kvaratskhelia, the Dembélés. But who knows if they played? Who knows if they played with this mentality that Barca went with towards the end? Like
Yeah.
it could have been bad to worse. You know what I mean? Maybe they could have been killed off earlier.
Mm,
So I don't know. If I am a Barca fan, which I'm not, thank God.
okay.
Um, what I would really, what I would really consider is these players' mentalities being like strengthened, if that makes sense. I like
Mm,
because they have the quality. I'm not gonna act like they ain't got the quality. They do. But
okay.
my thing is, when it matters the most, like, do you have what it takes to hold on? Do you have what it takes to like kind of be a bit more pragmatic? Remember when they played Inter Milan,
Yeah, yeah. That was a bozo moment from them, man. I mean,
you see what I'm
Cherby out of
telling you, though.
a
You see what I'm
Cherby out
telling.
of out of all players, a Cherby, man. What the hell is a Cherby?
Yeah, but
40
okay,
years old defender
but and you know
scoring,
how it
man.
happened because guys like Yamal and them, they didn't want to hold on
No,
for the
that
lead.
was yes, that's the problem. I mean, that game I remember and I recall it was a bad call from the coach and from the team himself. They when you are winning 3-2, you were up at the second leg. then you gotta defend sometimes. You cannot keep attacking and attacking and I understand that's the football you guys they play, or the
Yeah,
attacking
the
football.
ethos, like you say, yeah.
That is completely understandable, but at certain points in the game, then you need to defend. You really need to defend. Why is 6, 7 players are in their middle
Run.
half? I mean, what the
المشكلة
hell
بس
is that,
كده.
man? You're at the last 10 minutes, and you're almost there to get the win, and you're gonna qualify to the next round, to the final, whatever that was. But and you fumbled like that, man. You allowed Inter Milan to come back, and that's
Yeah,
completely because I don't know if Hansi Flick. I know that Hansi Flick is a very good coach, and I think maybe the players were really excited and all that. I'm not sure if he gave the instruction to defend,
I think they
but
wanted to kill
definitely.
the game off. They wanted to kill the game off. Hansi Flick mentality is kill the game, and kill the game as in
So
like,
you would know better because he coached Bayern
yeah,
Munich
yeah,
and won
just
Champions
score, score. It doesn't matter, just score.
the score. But he got to learn from those things, and especially when you're playing in the Champions League in the high level, you got to know when to attack and when to defend and when to control the game and when to kill the game. And sometimes killing the game does not mean outscore them. Does not mean that. It means if you are seeing the momentum is coming against you, right? And they are in the attacking position right now, then you need to absorb that energy from them somehow. Kill the ball, throw yourself, get a foul here or there. You know what I mean? Waste time, do the dark cards. There are plenty of ways of killing the game, but not by killing the game. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And
Like, yeah, like kill a game in
yeah,
another.
the kill it in another way. You don't have to just keep going and scoring and scoring. You got to do something else. And Barca are very good with holding the ball when it comes to passing around and all that stuff. They are probably one of the best teams in the world. So just keep passing around the ball. I mean, play us like a training session. And that would definitely drive your opponents mad. And they will come and tackle or whatever, and they will probably overcommit, and that's when you hit them back from the backside, right? You go and play a long ball or diagonal ball to your attackers, and that's when you attack. But you don't go and attack against Inter Milan, which is an Italian team known for defending, and they're playing a transition-based football, and you gave them that chance, and you allowed them to come back in the game. It's just madness, complete madness to me, and I'm not sure if this is reflecting this game in particular, but I mean, I recall that game because it was a very weird one for me for Barca because I've seen Barca a lot, uh, I don't know if it's because of Hansi Flick or something, but Barca are one of the teams that they are very familiar with the Champions League. They are very strong when it comes to the UCL. They're always in the late stages of the tournament, and they always find a way to win. And before or after even Messi's era. So that's all from my side about Barca. But if I was a Barca fan, I wouldn't really be much worried. I mean, you lost to the reigning champions, so you shouldn't really throw the towel or go mad or go crazy. Yes, you should learn from this game and see where you went wrong and learn from it. But I don't think it's quite detrimental for them to say, "Oh, it's over. We're not going to win," all that stuff. As I said, I mean, PSG had a very bad start in the league phase last season, and yet they ended up winning it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. This is one of those wake up call moments if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it should be. It should be.
Because by the way, I think Barcelona, some of the players and the fans and they were approaching this thinking that they were the best. You know what I mean? So
Mm, mm.
this definitely was the wake up call that they needed. I think. You know what? Like until they fix up their whole mentality of how to approach a game in the
Yeah.
knockouts, it's very hard for certain people, you know, that like analyze football in all angles to be like, you know what? Yeah, they're ready to actually go all the way and win it. You know what I mean? Like you can say they'll go far, but like that's just about it. You know, it's
Hansi
one.
Flick was the one who won you the Champions League, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But again, it's
Okay.
Hansi Flick. But with us, it was a weird one because you know what it is. He instilled the mentality in our players.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm being an objective fan, right? There were a
Mm-hmm.
few moments in the start of every game that we played in the knockout stages, hell, even some Bundesliga games as well,
Okay.
where we would be attacked against. But we had the likes of Manuel Neuer and Alaba in their absolute form. Davies in their absolute form. They're all like those two defenders were quick. You had Kimmich on his absolute form when in the Champions League run during COVID when he was moved to right back because Pavard got injured. Pavard was
Mhm.
doing his job then. You know what I mean? Boateng was, I'm not going to lie, at that point of his career, he was kind of a passenger, but he even held his own a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right? And then what would happen is every time we'd score our first goal, it's like we've killed the confidence of the opposition just like that. You know what I mean? And then we'd score again and again and again, and by then there's no comeback. That was the that was why we ended up winning the competition. The only time I was really fearing it was that final, because that final, I remember it like it was yesterday. The runs Mbappe was making, or Neymar, or even Di Maria had a chance. It's like they could have scored so many goals, but Manuel Neuer decided to be man of, like, playing like his life depended on it, like
Yeah.
the captain that he is. So we ended up winning with the Coman goal. So, again, these are like fine margins, man. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's why I'm critical with my team usually, because I'm used to just
Also,
killing off.
football heritage comes in and play here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, when we played PSG, obviously we had more of the heritage compared to them. But like even then, like they had Mbappe and Neymar.
And a
You
lot of
know?
people were laughing at me on Twitter when I'm talking. There was this stat. It was even before that, and until then, they're running this shitty stat. They're saying Arsenal have the biggest chance to win the Champions League, which is 18 point something percent compared to the other teams in the league. It's crazy for me to even
Yeah, I know.
think that
It's
our
funny when
Arsenal.
your favorites all of a sudden
What
have
the
to.
hell is this, man? And I commented and I said, how the hell is Arsenal? And this is before even the Champions League started, by the way. And they put them.
Also,
Yes, even now, if you check the Opta whatever stat, it shows that Arsenal are first according to the bookkeepers. Man, fuck that shit. But if I'm looking at it objectively, and seeing that they put Arsenal ahead of Barca, ahead of Madrid, ahead of Byron, ahead of even
Liverpool.
Inter, Liverpool. How the hell are Arsenal ahead of these teams in the bookkeeper's eyes? No idea. And how is this super fucking computer is calculating the stat and generating this shit and gaslighting the fan base by thinking that we are the number one team that could win it? I mean, it's crazy and it's mad, man. And I mentioned the football heritage, and people laughed at me. They thought, oh, it's not a thing. It's not something tangible. You cannot measure. No, it is.
It's a
It is
mentality
something.
thing that they
It is a
forgot.
mentality thing. It is something that really counts when you're a team like Bayern, when you're a team like Real Madrid, and you're playing for the badge. It makes a difference. You're playing for a badge that weighs a lot. Like, for example, here in Saudi, you're playing for Al Hilal. It's not the same as playing in Ukhdud. You know what I mean? It's
Oh
it's
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
it's a big difference. The levels are different. The expectation is different. Even the players themselves, when you are part of this, huge team, a conglomerate like
yeah,
Real Madrid, the aura just infuses itself
yeah.
into you, and you think yourself like you're Superman. Even if you're a shit player, you would run that pitch up and down like madness. But
By the
people
way,
don't believe in that.
Kings Cup final last season, Qadsi and Ittihad.
Okay,
Mentality.
take that for example. Take that for
Mentality.
example.
No, no, but and I'm
Exactly.
no, 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 no. Well, I'm not even trying to take. I'm bringing this up because obviously Qadsi, they just got promoted the year prior.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
You know
understand
what
why
I
you
mean?
brought it up. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
as
That's
as,
that's
as a
nothing
bigger
big.
team,
Yeah, yeah.
compared.
It's
Mm.
it's the fact of like the mentality thing. By the way, I'm bringing this up, and I don't like Al-Ittihad. I was hate watching Al-Ittihad. Come on, man. You know what I mean? So
Man, every
yeah,
Hilali hates
but
watches
again, it
everybody,
comes
man. What do
down
you?
to the know-how. In finals, it's about know-how and quality at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just one of them ones. But you know what? Speaking of Arsenal, you talk to me about Olympiacos, bro, because I actually didn't watch that game. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh, Look, it was. I would say in the first half we really dominated them. We had a lot of chances, but we did not really finish our dinner. Jokeres had a lot of chances, and now I can say, that Jokeres, he needs to finish his dinner. Now I can blame him. You know why? Because tactically speaking, he got the chance. He got the chances. He got service from the wingers. He got service from Odegaard plenty of times, and he was one on one with the keeper, and he missed it. And he missed it. Now I can say, yo, fix up, man. You're a striker. You're number 9. You got to be lethal in front of the goal, and that's why we brought you is to bag goals, is to put the ball at the back of the net. That's why we bought you, right? And we scored. I mean, the first goal, I counted for Gyökeres. Why? Because he bullied 2 defenders and he shot the ball and it hit the bar. And Martinelli came with a follow up. So, but it counts for Martinelli, technically speaking. But I consider that Gyökeres did it. But he needs to, a little bit do better when it comes to the last touch and be more clinical. And we dragged the game, to be honest. We dragged it the second half. It kept 1-0. 1-0 is a very dangerous score in the world of football. Because if you don't score, you're probably going to concede, right? And you're going to see a shift.
Talking about earlier as well.
Yeah, you're gonna see a shift in momentum, and Olympiacos, comes up with chances out of nowhere. You see a cross and Raya saved one huge, massive save from Raya, man. He had to, I don't know, be that guy from Fantastic Four, just to reach that ball. The way he did it, man, he stretched his body and he got it with the tip of his fingers, man. It was nice to see. And then we killed the game by 90 something minute. We scored the second goal. But overall, I'm happy with the results. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and be negative about it. Of course, we could have done better. Yes, I would have loved to see Max Dowman, and the only reason why I wanted Max Dowman is because he would have been the youngest player that ever played in UCL with 15 years and 9 months. But unfortunately, the game was really, especially in the last couple of minutes, Olympiacos were controlling. So Arteta had to bring on the big guns a little bit just to secure it. And I'm happy that he did because it is important at this stage in the Champions League to collect as much points as possible because our next game is going to be Atletico Madrid. you know, and Atletico Madrid is in form. They just smashed and smacked Madrid
killed
5.
Real Madrid.
So you're gonna play Simeone and Alvarez, who just peppered Madrid and coming into. I don't know if it's gonna be in the Emirates. Probably in the Emirates. But anyways, even if it's we're gonna play it in
Let
Madrid.
me check for you.
I think it's gonna be in Emirates if I'm not mistaken, if I recall correctly. But
بتأكد الحين.
regardless if it's in what do you call their stadium, Metropolitano or something like that.
رياض اير متروبوليتانو رياض اير صار
Riyadh Air now. Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, if it's in their stadium or even the Emirates Stadium, it's going to be a very, very difficult game. And I think that's going to be our first
It's in
actual
the Emirates
challenge.
على فكرة فأنتم محظوظين. It's in the Emirates.
We are so lucky to have it in Emirates, but still, it's going to be a tough game. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to smash them. I'm not that fraudulent, but overall, I think why you collect those points earlier with the likes of Olympiacos, with all the respect to Olympiacos, with all the respect to the other teams, those teams you gotta win against them because if you lose or draw against those type of teams like Atletico Madrid, you would understand. You say, okay, this is a tough team. If you get a draw, that's good. If you lose, that's bad. But still, you are there and you're banking those 3 points, so you can secure yourself in the upper echelon of the UCL table, and that will give you chances even to play, I would say, the mid-table teams and put you in a position which is much better than the others, I would say.
Yeah, man.
So that's the game in a nutshell.
Nah, fairs, man. Surely he went with a more attacking approach, right? Because you said Gyökeres got chances this time around.
Yeah, man. Odegaard was the man of the match, and deservedly so, man. Yes, he was. He was.
بدري عليه.
And he deserved it. And he deserved it. Man, the passes he was putting.
Fairs?
Very smooth, very slick. It makes it look so easy, man, the passes, man. And that's why I'm saying he was service. So Odegaard really played very, very well. I'm so happy to see glimpses of the Odegaard we truly rate. And I hope he continues to do it. Probably the secret is, and this is what I think, and a lot of people laugh at me, the secret is the haircut. He's no longer doing this hair flicks shit. There's no hair.
ثواني بس.
I think the haircut
ساتر.
is the secret, but
يا ساتر تخيل. Bro,
you never
that's
know,
no,
man. He was busy
bro.
doing hair flicks, but now he doesn't have that. He doesn't have
I was not to
hair.
worry about. Yeah, true. The distraction.
Yes.
This guy, this brother. Yeah, but don't worry, Jokeres is not doing it. الأخ. He's doing نفس
I
الحركة.
don't know, man. They should buy some good gel, man.
اشتراني عنده. بس يلا, that's Arsenal. You know what? I want to move on to another English side. You know what? And this one, I have to say, big up to one of my players last season, Eric Dyer. You know what I'm saying? Winning the pen and then scoring it and then dedicating it to Harold Kane. You get me? Dubs.
Yeah.
However, you're still not good enough for Bayern, but I thank you for your contributions anyway, because you were better than what I expected. Not the best, but it is what it is. But regardless,
Yeah.
yeah, 2-2. City, I mean, looked like they were gonna win, and then Dyer just said, "Yeah, I'm, let me just take the pen and give us a point, and take 2 off them." So, what did you watch the game by any chance, or it was the same time as both your game, right? The same time as your game.
No, I think I watched like very extended highlights. So I looked into, I would say when Haaland scored, that was a good goal. To be honest, he scored
Oh
from the
yeah,
first touch.
Guardiola, what a pass that was from Guardiola.
The pass was good, but the final touch from Haaland was just a
Yeah.
striker's touch, man. He's crazy, and if you see the numbers that Haaland is producing is just astronomical at this point, and him, Harry Kane, and Mbappe are just on the top levels yeah, man, they're in the very top levels when it comes to strikers, and I think this season he's gonna break the 35 goal brackets easily. To be honest, if he keeps going in that manner.
Haaland, you mean?
However, yeah, Haaland, yeah, and the league itself, I think he's gonna crack the 35
If I
easy.
was 36, but regardless, I get your point.
No, I mean he's gonna go over 35 easy. You know what I mean? Maybe he's gonna go.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
I
So
mean. But what I'm trying to say is the problem with City, what I saw is they are over relying on Haaland when it comes to goals, which is understandable. He's the number 9. He's the killer in the box, but you cannot have to put all this weight on him and just depend on him. You gotta have somebody else to score. They had the KDBs, they had all these players before, and even Hamza and Lahua said it, and I totally agree with him. City has to depend on other players to get some goals. I'm not saying to share or to score in the same numbers as Haaland, but come on, you could have
and
scored.
contribute in your own
Yeah, you
way.
gotta contribute like Foden or Reinders, and they hit the bar twice. So this is what happens when you miss your chances, and you over rely on just Haaland. You got to find somewhere else to get the goals and to kill the games. But the first goal from Monaco, that was a banger. That was a banger, and Donnarumma was nowhere to save that. No chance. And the penalty came in the last minute. People argue it wasn't a penalty. People argue it was a penalty. But regardless, you had 90 minutes to score more goals, and you failed to do so. So you cannot just blame that. Oh, it was a bad call from the ref. But yeah, Man City, they need to find a different solution to get some goals from elsewhere, not just from Haaland. I'm not I'm saying Haaland is a great striker. No, don't get me wrong. He's scoring at least a goal or two every game. But in some instances you need more. And from what I've saw, they lack the firepower. Maybe Omar Marmoush will come back and then they score more. Doku needs to contribute more. Savinho, Reinders, they need to put like 2-digit
I think
tally in
Ryan
on them.
Cherky is a big miss, by the way. I don't think that's talked about.
Also Shirky, man, they have some. That's what I'm
There's
saying. They're
like
lacking firepower in the attack.
you talk about creativity for Haaland, or like somebody that can do stuff out of nothing. Ryan Cherky is the guy, man. I'm telling you right now, when he's
Yes,
back, like I know some people will be like, well, he hasn't shown GA this, yada. And like some people are doing it for technique, this technique, that, but bro, معلش, Shirky, bro, when he's back, I'm telling you right now, he's going to be a threat. That's gonna. I actually think he being back will be transformational for City in the midfield.
Also, Omar Marmoush could start banging as well.
No, but I mean midfield. Marmoush is a forward because you see
Mm.
with Man City, from the few games I've seen of them, I feel like their problem is more midfield based. You know.
But their midfield
But
is good. When you're talking about Foden, Rodri, and Reinders, this
yeah,
is a
I
very
know.
solid
But
midfield. Come on, man. You have
yeah,
Rodri,
no,
a
but
Ballon d'Or winner, bro.
yeah,
What do
but
you mean?
no, you say this. Okay, Rodri is getting to speed. Fine, great. Fine, I'll give you
Mm,
that. You know,
mm.
Reinders is an unbelievable player. I'll give you that.
What about
My
Foden?
concern is the Foden one, you know, or a Bernardo Silva. Those are my concerns whenever they play because that whole midfield you just talked about, they don't play together all the time. You know what I
I'm
mean?
saying
Pep will keep.
in this game, they play together, right?
Okay, but since I'm talking generally, Sammy,
Mm. No,
because
generally, of course, they need to rotate. But we're discussing the Monaco game right now,
okay, if
and
we're discussing the Monaco game, I didn't watch the game fully. To all I saw was the goals.
no, I'm saying they had the players to kill the game. That's what I'm saying. But they were not. I mean, I said they hit the bar twice. Maybe they were unlucky. Reinders hit the
Oh
bar.
yeah, I did hear
Odin
that.
hit
Yeah,
the bar. So that's what I'm saying. They need to have somebody else to score for them, not just Haaland.
but by the way,
And
do you think
Haaland was gonna get a hat trick, by the way.
yeah, but by the way, do you also think, as much as I agree with you being killers and all that stuff, that's one thing, but do you also
Yeah.
agree that defensively they are a suspect as well?
Yep. I cannot blame the defense in the first goal because it came, out of nowhere, and the shot was just extraordinary from his name is
I think Teze or something. Teze.
Teze, yes. Like
I know some
man,
Arab. I know Arabs are gonna be shameless and they're gonna say, "I heard Hassam if you
Yeah,
watch
man,
he
he was
Bilal
upset
Azim,
he
yeah,
was upset
Wasq,
with
you are the
Hamza.
biggest fraud I've ever like seen at times, bro."
Man, he scored against you.
To be fair though, he was jokes aside, he was probably doing it because of what you call it, Hamza. He wants to cook Hamza, but still, man, that's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
I know that. When Hamza was fraudulent,
For context, yeah, the word in Arabic, if we were to say the meat, bro, it's fucked. So we're not gonna get there.
yeah.
But لكن
Anyways,
لكن
and the
we
penalty is very questionable. That penalty, yeah, I don't know. It's like it's not a pen for me, but I understand why it's given. You know what I mean? It's those ones that you give like a 50-50 chance. But anyways, it is what it is, and they drew, and that's quite unfortunate for City because Monaco is considered to be one of the easy teams in the Champions League. So that's what I'm saying. You need to bang those 3 points if you're facing relatively easier teams because you're not going to get that from the likes of Inter Milan, from Atletico Madrid, Barca, Madrid, and all that stuff. So you got to really win those easy games. Not like Tottenham who drew against
yeah, they drew against Bodo Glimt. What the
But you know what I mean? What the hell is this, man?
man said they drew to Bodo Glimt? Crazy work. Again, I didn't watch that game, so
And they
yeah,
dominated them, bro. They dominated them. Not just Drew. They dominated them.
yeah, Habibi,
The
we'll talk
way and the
about
fashion was
dominating.
it.
You want to talk about dominating الحين يلا. Let's talk about dominating. جهنم
Tell me.
حبيبي. يلا. What happened?
Oh,
جهنم. ما تعرف الملعب.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah.
what happened to Liverpool, bro?
Wow, man, Liverpool. I'm happy, to be honest. Don't get me wrong. I'm so happy. Yes, I am. I am.
يمكن تفضل.
And the reason why, because and I said it this many times, and I was, you know, hammered from Liverpool fans on Twitter because I'm saying it. And I said Slot was riding his luck with these performances and these wins that he's getting. Don't get me wrong, he won those games fair and square, but he
Oh
was
yeah.
winning them in the last minute, like 93 minute, 94, 95th minute, whatever. And that's not sustainable, because you're allowing the opponent to score 2 or 3 goals, and you shouldn't. I understand if it was like a penalty or a questionable decision or a mistake from your defense and you lose, it's fine. But the way that Liverpool were winning, raised flags in terms of performances. However, they lost against Crystal Palace because they ran out of luck. And then they came to Galatasaray. They also lost. Now, this is back to back losses for Liverpool. What does it do when you lose back to back to your confidence? What does it do to your confidence? It drops it, right? And that's what I want personally, because I consider Liverpool to be the main contender when it
Oh,
comes to
yeah.
the Premier
It's a
League.
title race. That's what you need. And they play Chelsea next as well, by the way.
And yes, they're going to play Chelsea. Chelsea, on the other hand, won. We're going to talk about their game, but on the other side, I think Chelsea has a chance to nick a draw from them. I know it's going to be. I
I
think it's
agree
going to be
with
in
you
Anfield.
100%.
I think
I
it's going to be
agree.
in Anfield. I know Chelsea's
لا
defense are not.
is it not in the bridge؟
I think Anfield.
خليني أتأكد
Um,
معك الحين. It's in yeah, I'm right, in the bridge.
in the Bridge. Okay, so that's even a bigger chance for Chelsea to nick something out of it. Anyways, so for me, I want Chelsea to get even a win. I never wanted Chelsea to win ever in my life except for now. Because I need Liverpool to really be, down. And we got the 008 on Verts. Isak is not looking good. The players really they feel like it's just a mess for Liverpool tactically speaking. And I hope it continues. I hope they take their time finding solutions and all that, and they keep dropping points until we, fly away with the points. And that's what I want. That's what I want, to be honest. But overall, Galatasaray, man, they did them dirty, bro. They did them dirty. And besides, I saw a couple of chances from Galatasaray, man. It's not like they were defending and they parked the bus. No, they were really attacking. And that's the problem with Liverpool is they allow a lot of goals, a lot of spaces for different teams. It's not just Galatasaray, it's not just Crystal Palace. In many games, even Newcastle with 10 men, they were gonna get a draw or even win that game, man. With 10
And they
men.
ended up and Gamoa scored.
Yeah, in the last minute. That's what I'm saying. It's not sustainable for you to keep scoring as it is not sustainable for Arsenal to keep scoring only from set pieces. It goes both ways. You got to find a way to solidify your defense, to solidify your midfield, and not allow this kind of chances, especially when you're playing a team that are a tier below you. You know what I mean? Like, with all due respect to Crystal Palace, they are still below Liverpool on paper. I'm talking. I know Crystal Palace are in
Yeah,
form
yeah,
right
yeah,
now and they're
yeah.
flying,
I'm
but
fine.
but
I'm fine.
but and and also Galatasaray in the same way. They are, less of a team when it compared to Liverpool. They didn't even play Sane, bro.
You know my thoughts on that, brother, bro. You know my thoughts. Well, I told
Whatever.
funny thing in the chat during one of Hussam. I think it was the stream. It was Hussam, Ashraf, and you know the rest. Yeah,
Hmm,
the,
hmm.
the day after. TK was in the chat and I told, see what happens when you don't play Zane. He's like, and this brother's like, I told you that we won't allow these performances to happen and we'll drop them. Look, you know what? Fair enough, bro. Fair enough.
And I
You
think
know,
Salah was saying the stadium was so loud and something he had to close his
oh, I think
ears.
that's fake. I don't think that's real, by the way. You think that's real?
Maybe, maybe I don't know,
To
but
be
it
fair,
really got
you know, but some are saying it's not true because he when back in the day when he used to play in Egypt, like it's the same atmosphere, you know. But then again, but you know what it is for me. I don't know.
مقاولون
So
العرب.
but I don't want to judge because I don't know. I actually don't know how true this is. So, but if he did say it, then I mean, okay, fair enough. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah,
it is what it is. Um, but yeah,
but look, but man, again, when Liverpool has all these players, you gotta expect something out of it. Especially when you are. I mean, you just won the league, and you drop 400 million in the transfer window. You sign one of the top strikers in the world, Isak, and you get Ikitike. You get Verts, one of the players that Ash was telling me he was the best 10 in the world.
who
Man,
said
he's
that?
not
Wait,
even
wait. He said, wait. Who said that?
Ash. I swear he told me probably the best 10. Maybe in that season, in the Invincible season, maybe. But what I'm seeing, and I called it out, and I said to the guys, I have him as the flop of the
Don't make
season,
me.
and he
I need Ashraf to see this. See, I need him to have a great look at this. This guy is injured. Okay, this guy is injured. Yet, despite all the injuries, you guys like to bring up GA. I will bring you GA. This guy, despite being injured, has as many GAs as Florian Wirtz. Imagine if Musiala was playing. He would absolutely be already like on like what is it now? How many games have we played? Like five, six. He'd probably be on like bloody. I'd say five goals, maybe 5 goals. You know, the assist numbers maybe six, something like that. You know, even it out a bit. He'd be on something like that with us. And in the German
Yeah, man.
national team, by the way, he outshines Wirtz. So what are we doing here, bro? No, the best 10, you're looking at him. He's right there. All right. Remember the name, Jamal Musiala. Now, we can continue. That's
It's
fraudulent for us.
unfortunate, really. It's unfortunate to see Musiala injured and such a
Oh, it is very
devastating
unfortunate.
injury.
And when he's back,
Yeah, very unfortunate.
hopefully fit. Yeah, because
But
we are
again,
rushing.
you are signing big players. Kirkez, you signed Frimpong, you signed all these players. The expectation should be higher. I mean, when you get a league title, the next year you should aim for a double or Champions League or a treble or something like that. So, but again, the season is still early, so let's see what Arnie Slot's gonna do. Tactically speaking, with the team, is he gonna find a solution, find a way to make this team work together? But we'll see, man. But so far, if they continue in the same manner, and I hope they do, it's no longer 007 now; it's 008, man, and soon it's gonna be 009.
Yeah, to be honest, I do have to edit this. Every game that he doesn't perform, yeah, I need to make an edit on that one, cap or something. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I
yeah,
mean,
that's
the
Liverpool
point
for
is,
me,
it's
man.
double O. So the fact that it's double O still applies.
But they're saying he had the most creative chances in the whole league.
150, what was it? 116 million. But we'll go by what they say in it. 116 million, including add-ons. Okay, then performance,
But don't
please.
you think the media is not really, giving a hard time for him compared to, let's say, the likes of Gyökeres, the likes of Sesko, the likes of,
Bro, Harry Kane at Bayern got more stick than this guy is getting at Liverpool. And we play in the Bundesliga. What are we doing here, bro?
yeah, man,
And
it's
by the
weird.
way, huh?
It's weird, man.
No, it is weird. You know what,
Mm,
bro? My point is, right? And I'm sure you will, knowing you, I'm sure you operate the same way.
mm,
It when a money is spent for that type of player, when that player is that so-called star, okay,
right.
then when they don't perform, if anything, you have to call it out for what it is. Shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And by the way, a guy could be, let's say, for example, in a general average performance, this so-called elite player, okay, is performing a 6 out of 10. Now,
Hmm.
for an average player, you're like, you know what, it's okay. For an elite player, that's fucking shit for their standards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is why I don't get these Liverpool, bro. Liverpool fans trying to say that they're bigger than most of these elite clubs, like my club or certain even other clubs in Europe. No, you're not. But just by the way you're acting, no, you're not. Because
Hmm.
if you're really a big club like you claim you are, what you would do is you'd be calling out the shit performances that they're playing at for their standards.
I think at this point, Liverpool fans are in opium, settings. Opium that I heard a lot of Liverpool saying, okay,
Yo,
look at Caicedo when he signed for Chelsea. He was shit at the beginning, but then he performed to the world class level. So they're hoping that it's gonna be like that. But another argument I can say, look at Havertz. I mean, when he came from the Bundesliga, he was banging in the Bundesliga. He was a superstar there, and I remember him, and I used to want him in Arsenal even before he joined Chelsea.
who?
But
Wait, who? Manager.
Havertz, Kai Havertz,
Havertz, yeah.
he was very good with Bayern Leverkusen. But when he came to Chelsea and he performed it in the Premier League, I no longer wanted him in Arsenal. But unfortunately, we got him eventually.
By the way, can I answer this quickly? You want me to talk about my club? Sure. I'm fucking unbeaten. And fucking what, bro? Yeah, I beat fucking Chelsea as well. Yeah, the same Chelsea that are world fucking champions. Yeah, I made them look like fucking Jinder Mahal. Yeah, sit your ass on the fucking floor. Get out of here, man. This fucking guy, bro. I'll talk about your club. Talk about my club, what, Habibi? You want me to talk about my club? I thought you don't care about the Bundesliga. Yeah. Well, why do you want to talk about my club? This fucking fraud. Yeah. Anyways, like and subscribe. There you
He's a
go.
Chelsea fan?
I don't even fucking know. He's probably a Liverpool fan. That's why he's fucking rattled. I even mentioned about fucking big this, big this, big this. Halas. There you go. About fucking, oh, talk about your own club. And then when I talk about my own club and when I bring up my own fucking club, guess what? Nobody wants to hear it from me. For which one is it? Well, أنا غلطان.
Well, I mean, your
I
club is
mean, if you
winning.
want me to
So
talk about my club destroying Paphos, okay, yalla, I'll talk about my club destroying Paphos. 5-1. Okay, we scored 4 goals early. Kim Min Jae moved like Kim Min Jackass, giving the fucking ball away for the 1 goal they scored, which kind of will affect our goal difference later on down the line, because obviously we're going to have some tougher games, PSG, Arsenal, etc. Okay, we scored another one in the second half. Khalas. But we took the piss a little bit. Could have scored more. Done. It's that simple in our game. The fuck else do you want to hear from my club? You fucking fraud. You want to know more about my club? Go watch my reaction, my previews, and everything. Khalas. And all these other Bayern shows I do with Liverpool fans like Reacts, or Barca fans like Yunus, or bloody Madrid fan like Sam. Go watch them shows. The European heavyweight show. Khalas. There's the Bayern. Over here, we're talking about everything. Deal with it. Anyway, well, where do you want to move on to? I think I've summed up everything.
yeah, for Bayern, I think you
Simple.
played like easy games so far in the
I
Champions
mean,
League. I think
Chelsea
so.
is not easy. Come on, heading into the game. Not
Yeah,
everyone says
it's
it's easy,
easy,
but
bro. Come on, Chelsea.
I mean, this weekend we actually play a hard game. As much as you don't want to believe in it, but it is a. We play
Who?
Frankfurt tomorrow. Frankfurt, and they've been a up
Frankfurt.
and down
Okay.
team. But you know what it is with Frankfurt.
Yeah,
They're
Frankfurt won 5 against Galatasaray, who smashed Liverpool.
yeah. No, but you know what it is. This past weekend, last weekend in the Bundesliga, they were
Mm.
6-0 up. Guess how much they ended up winning by?
What?
6-4.
Oh,
Gladbach scored
ah,
4 in the second half.
look, I feel like I'm watching a
But you know what?
football
Tomorrow,
match.
actually, for a Bundesliga fan, tomorrow will
Mm,
be a very interesting day because
really?
تخيل Dortmund and Leipzig, second and third, play against each other. A few hours
Okay,
later, first and fourth, Bayern and Frankfurt play each other.
interesting. I'm not really
Title race
watching the.
implications at the beginning stages of it, or at least this part of the season. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. And like
So,
Borussia
mm,
Dortmund are 2 points behind us. Leipzig 1 point. And then you have obviously Frankfurt who are like they're like a few points a bit off. But like if they beat us, now it affects the
mm.
title race in a specific way. So it's an interesting one, man. It's a very, very interesting one in tomorrow, man.
I'll
but yeah,
take your word
Dortmund
for
will
it.
be. We play them after international break. We play them after the international break. So
Where's
yeah.
Hano the fraud?
Why do you want Hannah?
Because I wanted to say something about Chelsea, and I want your opinion.
Oh
also
yeah.
about
Go
it.
on. We can actually. I think we move. I'd say we move on to Chelsea.
Yeah, so Chelsea, they won, right? They won 1-0 versus Benfica. My issue with Chelsea is, first of all, they won against who? Jose
Jose
Mourinho.
Mourinho. Yeah. He went back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wanted to say about Chelsea is their discipline issue. They have some disciplinary issues in the teams. They got the third red card in a row, and that seemed to be the norm for Chelsea to get red cards. I mean, aside of the fact, I mean, at least they got in the 94th or 96th minute, so that didn't really impact the game whatsoever. It was a second yellow to Pedro. But what I'm trying to say is, aside of the fact that they are weak defensively and they have not a very much good goalkeeper, yet they find a way to fumble like that and get a red card. I mean, those red cards are really gonna affect them so badly in their run and in their season overall. I mean, do you think they have a disciplinary issue in their team?
Yeah, and I noticed it against us as well. And
In
by the
what
way, I'm
sense?
talking about even some of the better players, like Caicedo against us. By the way, the way he took down Harry Kane, like, yeah, that's an example of a disciplinary issue right there. You know, but I
Mm,
think their major issue is their center backs. I think ever since Cole got injured, because remember when we were predicting, a lot of us, I mean me included, not you, because obviously you said you guys would be, above them. Um, but well, when a good portion of us were like, yeah, Chelsea might do something, this, yada yada. Like the bunch of idiots that we can be at times. We didn't consider the injuries that could come with it, because of squad, right?
mm.
Um, and to be honest, without Colwell, man, they're looking like they're exposed, man. Fucking Chalaba, Tosin, and I'm not saying Tosin's bad, but Tosin
Mm.
doesn't look like he's fully ready. Um, who's the other? Fafana. Fafana, I mean, was good, but ever since he's come back from injury, he hasn't been the same.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, obviously they have Kukurea and Reece James, but half the time you're seeing bloody Maraska play James in the midfield.
Okay.
You know, it's like I don't know. With Chelsea, it's a very weird scenario. I wouldn't be shocked if Maraska approaches this game against Chelsea. That's against Liverpool. Sorry, Chelsea against Liverpool, and he ends up playing the same way as he did against PSG and against Bayern, which is he puts Enzo in the 10 and Caicedo, James, and then you have Gusto. Brother, I mean, I would get why he do it because apparently Cole Palmer is injured, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I heard. I was just watching Hussam and Matisse's video. Big up, go subscribe to them. But it looks like Palmer's injured. So I don't know what they're going to be doing in that regard. Um, Obviously, they have Dilap injured still. So that's going to cause even more trouble for them. So all they have is who do they even have? They have Pedro Neto. They have
Garnacho.
Gittins and Garnacho. A'udhu billah. Gittins as well. Which, by the way, I think Gittins getting overhated in my opinion. I don't know what you think of him, but I think he's getting overhated. Um, from what I've seen as well when he was at Dortmund. Um, I mean, I did tell people that he's gonna have his off form, and then he'll have a little purple patch in some moments. So like I'm not too shocked that this is
Ash
what
is
we're
the one
getting.
who rates him a lot, and he wanted him in Arsenal, but I honestly don't know the player much, and I didn't see much from him, so I can't really
Wait, who
place
wanted
my
him?
position on. Ash wanted him in Arsenal as a left winger.
Yeah, because you know what it is with Gittins. Gittins on the ball is
Yeah.
good, but I'm guessing why people are not rating Gittins and is because obviously he doesn't provide the impact in the final third as much.
Mm.
Like but my point is, and from what I've seen at Borussia Dortmund,
Mhm.
is he's somebody that he will have a purple patch. But after that or before that, it's just he's missing. He's one of those guys, you
Yeah,
know.
well, until this moment, I haven't seen anything from him, to be honest, so I'm
Exactly.
not gonna.
Yeah. No, but I'm telling you what type of player that Chelsea got.
But they paid a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
Chelsea
they
pays
paid
a
over
lot
50 million, didn't
they
they?
paid
They paid
for
like
him, they paid for Garnacho, and it's weird for me the way they spend it, and I mean, the fan base are considering that they are having a very good transfer window. For me, they had a shit transfer window because they did not address the goalkeeper position. They didn't address the defense, so they had a really bad transfer window, and they're happy with the sales that they made and all that stuff. I mean, speaking of standard going to the ground, I mean, Chelsea is one of them, to be honest. Uh, so yeah, that's Chelsea for me. I just wanted to address the disciplinary issues that they had because defensively we know that they're not that good, and yet they are committing a lot of fouls that are putting them in a very tough spots with 10 players. I mean, look at what happened in Manchester United game. Look at what happened in Brighton's game. In both of these games, when they were 10 men, they couldn't really you know cope with it, and they lost the game and they're going to continue losing if they keep doing such stupidity in the pitch like that, having a red card or a foul from the back, or even Sanchez coming out of his post and tackling players like that. So Maresca has to take action, I would say, and he needs to put himself firm and teach them manners. It's like a high school thing, man. Yeah, he has to teach them how to play in a normal manner, not just go there and break legs. It's not rugby. You're playing football. So that's it for Chelsea for me, man.
Yeah. Wait. Some people just don't know when to shut up, do they? All right, 1 second. Here's my response.
I heard.
What? What? You're a jackass.
Enough said.
I honestly, I heard that news today. That
Yeah, I know, but we're
release
gonna
date.
we're trying. Yeah, but we're trying to extend this contract, and there's no release clause. The only reason
which
why they
which makes sense, by the way, for Liverpool. If I'm being honest, because of
yeah, okay,
Salah's
it makes
basically.
okay. It would make sense
Yeah.
when Salah is gone. Yeah, until then, it doesn't make sense.
You think Salah will continue for next season? I highly doubt it.
So you're telling me they're gonna sell Mohamed Salah to Saudi League when Salah just extended
Most
last summer?
probably, yes. Yes, most probably, yes.
I don't think so. There's a reason why he's signed, because he's planning to stay for 2 years, and I think
No, the
Liverpool.
reason he signed, they didn't want to sell him for free because it was running out of his the contract. So that's why they signed. So that even if they sell him, they sell him with a value.
He wants me to give my thoughts. Very underwhelming. But then again, I do also understand it's also the fact that they're not playing to him as much. See, I'm a fair guy. Well, is that unfair for me to say? Hi, Sami.
Well, Liverpool overall is not doing very well. So, and
Also,
Salah,
I said the ball doesn't go to him as much. Okay, so that's why he's been under. And by the way, that's still not good enough for Salah, because he has to find a way to make things happen if he's really all that. But if we're talking football objectively, okay, yeah, that's my answer.
I mean, if you're gonna if the reference here is prime Salah and Salah last season and the season before that, and obviously he's not performing to that level yet.
And he should be called out too, by the way. That's another one. But I gave you a football analytical reason, since you guys are all analysts over here, to why he's not been good. Okay, khalas. I gave you the reason. But to
We'll see. We'll see.
But my counter to that same reason is make things happen. You're the best, right? Khalas, make things happen. Anyway, is there anything we should talk about?
All good from my side, man. If there's anything from your end, let us know. Other than that, guys, hit the like, subscribe to both channels. Are giving you really good tactical analysis on all the football related, especially the UCL.
Anyway, wait, what's his thoughts here? I think the way some of the Liverpool fan base acted that Salah got fourth, Ballon d'Or, and not second. No one is actually. Wait, I was like, does he mean like them complaining about it? I don't know if they mean
that he deserved like a higher rank.
Oh yeah, but they don't understand how Ballon d'Or works, bro. I think top three valid. Rafinha and Salah, or even with Hakimi, you could even say switch.
I think he's meaning teams, like who's gonna win.
No. He's talking about no. He mentioned Ballon d'Or candidates.
No, he said, "What is your thoughts about the top 5 UCL candidates?"
Oh, the UCL candidate. Wait, but I read Ballon d'Or. Oh no. Okay. Oh, so one is UCL, and then the other one is Ballon d'Or. Oh, because he was talking about Ballon d'Or here. By the way, I read this.
Yeah.
So who's the
top
give me?
Who's the top 5 UCL? Arsenal now first, huh? 18% Opta.
Is it about that one? I better not hear Barca, Arsenal, or wait. Why not Barcelona? Why can't Barcelona be a candidate?
Give us your top 5. Give us your top 5 candidates. Come on.
My top 5.
Yeah, your top 5 from
PSG, Barcelona. That's just from the top of my mind. I'll only say Liverpool just based on the fact that they still have what you call it, the
Where's your
players
team,
and
bro?
all that stuff. And like in Champions League, sometimes the inevitability thing matters. Uh, for me, Bayern Munchen has to be in there based on our form. If we continue it, then we're definitely in it. Um, Real Madrid just because of actually no, but Real Madrid Alonso in big games, man, he'll fucking because it's Real Madrid. I'll put Real Madrid there. That's my five. So like I said,
Okay,
PSG, and but it's not in order. Barca, PSG, Madrid, Bayern, Liverpool.
interesting. For me, it's gonna be PSG, Barca. Of course, those two are there. Uh, I would say Bayern as well. So that's three. The two will be.
Yeah, that's why I put Madrid DKMV because of the whole
Madrid
thing.
should be there. Madrid is always should be there
Oh
in
yeah,
one of
yeah,
these.
we know why they should be there though. We know why they should be there. GTA style.
But the fifth one, the
This is
fifth
why
one,
they
I'm
should be
gonna
there.
for the fifth
You
one,
know,
I'm
you
gonna
know.
be shameless. Uh, if
Amar, you
Liverpool
should be in there
doesn't,
just because you'll scam it.
l-
Malik.
if Liverpool does not fix up, if they fix up and Isak start banging and Verts come into form, then I would put Liverpool for sure.
Oh, Manu brings a decent quote. What about City? But we just talked about like things with City if they fix up their issues that we talked about earlier. That's the problem.
Yeah, it will be Liverpool, the City, then Arsenal for the Champions League, I would say.
Yeah,
But
I would say City sixth just for
S-
yeah.
City for me is a weird one because sometimes I watch the game and I say okay, they're back because they won against Manchester United, they banged 3 goals and 5 goals there and here. But when it comes to when they draw against Monaco and they have these kind of results, and I'm starting like, what's going on? But maybe when they get all their players back, like Shirky and Omar Marmoush, I think they would, be a very strong candidate and
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
one of the favorites to win it.
Fair enough, fair enough. But guys, listen, we're gonna end it here now. And let us know your top five like you are already. But listen, on our way out, um, you guys know exactly what you need to do. Subscribe, not just to my channel, guys, to Football Rig as well, and vice versa. Like, comment your way, same way as well. Share the stream. You know what I'm saying? And if you haven't watched it back, you're watching playback. That's why you should actually, send it to them so they actually can watch it. You know what I
Leave
mean?
a comment,
Go check
guys. Leave a
socials.
comment.
Well, comment.
No, I'm saying leave a comment. What do you guys think? Your
Yeah, yeah,
thoughts. Your top
exactly.
five UCL candidates.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, if you're watching on playback, please let us know your top five CL candidate. That's actually a good idea. And inshallah, you're well wherever you guys may be. So, yeah, we're gonna redirect to Hissam and Mo, MHF. They're doing some panel show over there. I think they're
mhm.
previewing the Premier League, if I'm not mistaken. So we are gonna redirect to them. When we get there, I want y'all to say Zir and Sami Raid. All right, Zir and Sami Raid. So yeah, until then though, guys, take care and see y'all next time.
Cheers.